Today's video was made possible with support from IP Vanish. We'll hear more about them in a little bit, but for right now, let's get into the video.
Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave. I came into the shop today planning to build an armor stand for my Iron Man Mark I, which is still something I'm gonna do today. But when I came in this morning, I heard a sound. That sounds like monkeys practicing on a slow trapeze act. What it is, in fact, is my shrine. It is my Victorinox display knife. And it had been unplugged for several months, and I plugged it back in, and it's squealing. I can't function in here with that happening every 20 seconds or so. I picked this up years ago on eBay because it was broken. It was missing one of its blades, this one, and I replaced that blade with one that I made from Sintra. But we're going to replace that blade again today. We're going to clean this all up on the workbench. Let's get going. All right. Let's pull the fascia off this thing. This is the back. This is the front. It's both a little cracked. I was watching some guy do a bunch of plastic repair last week using a hot knife, and I wanted to try the same thing. So I've got this crack here, and I'm going to try and repair it across the back with this hot knife. Let's see what I can do.
Okay, there we go.
You might ask yourself, you might ask yourself, is there more than one Swiss Army knife? And the answer is yes and no. The fact is that there are two Swiss Army knife companies, Wenger and Victorinox. And the difference is that Victorinox is the official Swiss Army knife and Wenger is the original Swiss Army knife. That was the delineation the two carved out. Victorinox, who is represented by this cross, was founded in 1884, and a while back they bought Wenger. So there is and there isn't two Swiss Army knife companies. Those are the differences I found on Wikipedia. Those guys, I'm going to just put them off to the side. We've got this malarkey. So let's... Right, the linkages are all labeled in Japanese, and they are... we can clean all of this up. Look at this. I was going to label this, but it's labeled top and bottom. And so is this. And they look identical, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to label it. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, so let's take this guy off here. A nylock nut. Nylock nut. We're just going to take this apart and put it back together. That's how we're going to deal with this. Most repair is that. Okay, so the first part that comes off is the leather belt hole maker, I guess is what that thing is. Right, the front has the pick on it. Great. Another nylock. And another nylock. And the back comes off, and that's the back. Great. Scissors still work. That's amazing. I'm not sure how much of this I want to take apart, simply because I'm not sure I need to, but I definitely want to get to that business. Yes. Okay, so this is the top, out, middle, and end. That goes to there. That's what that is. Okay. Number 3. That's number 3, and that goes to number 3. Does it say number 3? It doesn't. Okay, but I know that that goes there. I hadn't had it there, but now I do. Okay, so that is that, and that, and that. Great. And so this is number 3. Number 3 goes to here. Right there. That is a tiny... Oh, let's get a sheet of paper for that. Let's get a sheet of paper for all of this. Okay. That is the bulk of this apart. All right, let's look inside this thing. There's all these extra wires, but I don't need them because it just spins. That's fine with me. But I would like it to have a bottom, maybe. So I want it to be 5 3/4 square. No, 5 5/8. Yeah, that looks great. All right, so let's mark this. Let's go with some of this lamp cord. I like this. And then this guy sits like this and gets his 4 screws. Great. All right. What fell? I need to know. I heard it. Please don't have been that nut. It could have been that nut. It could have been that nut. It's definitely that nut. It's definitely this one. So I got to figure out what that is. Christ. All right. I think I got it. Found it. There it is. I had it. All right, great. So we can do that, and then we can plug this. Oh, right. I'm going to plug this in and make sure we still have operation. All right, we're going to try operation here. Yep, operation successful. So now I think we can start to reassemble this guy. We got to be able to fish this in here. I know I can take the bottom off. I want to try and do it without it. Oh no, that won't work at all. We're going to open it up. Much better. I like that better. Good. All right, now we lock this together. Now we're going to test operation one more time. Great. Great. Lovely. Giving a little Loctite on there like they did. All right. Now that goes on. And how does this work? Number one. Number one goes on first. So let's go ahead and clean this up. Okay, so one goes on. And I think one goes on. No, it goes on like that. Right, it does. Yes. Okay, I'm at a critical juncture, and we're going to make a specific modification here, which is this blade. This one that I made, we are replacing. We are going to replace this puppy. We're going to pop out its bushing. Look at that. Don't even need that. And I'm going to pop out its little nurney here. I had labeled this mystery tool years before. Okay, there's that and that. So why am I replacing this blade? Because I got a wonderful gift from somebody. I got this letter. It is undated, but it's from years ago. This could be 10 years ago. Dear Adam, I hope you're doing well in the era of COVID. Okay, so it's 4 years ago. Your videos continue to be a source of endless entertainment. Thank you. My name is Curtis Molman, and I'm not only a fan of yours, I have the privilege of being the exhibits buyer for Ripley's Believe It or Not. Crazy. He came across one of these displays in his warehouse, and remembering that I recently made a replacement blade, he included 3 castings of the replacement blade. Wait, it gets better. Mofo also included the mold. He made a mold. He took his Swiss Army knife apart, made a mold of the blade, and sent me castings. Color me grateful. I've been waiting for years to get around to this. Curtis, with a K, thank you so much. Curtis is out of Orlando and sent me some pictures of some of the wonderful stuff that he has built. Curtis, I am in your debt. This is amazing. So how are we going to deal with this? We are going to clean this. We're going to prime it. We're going to paint it. We're going to coat it. We're going to install it. Actually, sorry, I got that order slightly wrong. We are going to clean it. We're going to install the hardware in it. Then we're going to prime it. Oh, look at you. Okay, great.
Today's video was made possible with support from IPVanish. IPVanish is a VPN provider for people who want to protect their internet activity from outside interference. Surf the web privately and securely by masking your IP address and encrypting your web traffic using IPVanish's unrestricted VPN connections. You'll have full control over your IP no matter where you are, and it is easily enabled with apps on all major computing platforms. Annual subscriptions start with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can sign up right now at ipvanish.com/tested or by clicking on the link in the description. Thanks to IPVanish for their support. Now back to the video.
The pin is in, so it goes in like this. Yeah, and this diameter is 0.485. Yeah, that is it. All right, we're gonna hit this on the drill press. So here is the blade. Here is the beautiful blade. And now it has a bushing in it, which has been glued in. And it's got its little pin alignment piece here, which I believe gets attached to number 2 here. I can't tell. Anyway, yes. This goes here. And right, but that activates that, and this activates that. Okay, so now it's time to prime and paint this guy. Let's prime and paint him. I want to clean him off. Make sure there's no oils on him. So I'm going to hit him with a little acetone, which actually will also roughen up the surface. I realized if I'm going to prime it, I got to cut off the stand because that's going to be visible stuff. Great. All right. So I'm going to use some model Tamiya primer because this is lacquer based and it's fast and it's specifically for metallics and plastic. And because it's going to get chrome coated, I'm going to hit it with black. Not quite the gloss I wanted. I don't know. I have something better. Yeah, here we go. Let's get a little bit of lithium on there. That's it. Oops. Great. Yeah, that's it. All right, so here we are. I'm actually really okay with this. It's not as glossy as I'd totally like, but it's fine. And actually, I was going to airbrush this the way I've done this before, but I have this chrome paint which I got on Amazon, mirror, and it's made for brushing. So I've got a brand new brush here, and I'm going to try brushing this chrome on. That is a freaking shiny ass paint. I'm going to try and coat it in not a lot of coats, just so I don't spend too much time. Wow, all right. That's pretty shiny. All right. I think that might actually be a respectable, really nice chrome. Let's get some. You know what? That's pretty amazing for a brush on. I mean, up close you can kind of see brushes, but at a distance, the way it reflects, that comes across as chromy shiny. Chromy shiny. Okay, let's tighten this because I think that's one of the things that's stopping it from proper operation. Notice that it no longer squeals. Come on. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Actually, let's plug this in and just make sure we've got proper operation. Great. That one's tight. That one's tight. We've got grease on everything. That looks a little dirty. I can clean that up. Let's let it get back down. Rigidified. Ooh, whoops. Stop. What happened? this out. All right, let's plug this back in and see what we get. Oh, ha ha, the paper towels were the culprit. You saw that, I didn't. Top, bottom. All right, back to, well, now you know my problem solving techniques. It's not like I was hiding them from you. I believe I have a whole YouTube channel devoted to them. Great, so. That is funny. It's very interactive, right? I screw up, I don't see it, you do. You're yelling at the screen, telling me what's wrong. I can't hear you because time works only in one direction. This is amazing. Looks really great. It looks better than it's looked in ages. Right. And zip front one. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey. Oh, whoops. Let's put in its bottom. Come on. I'm assuming you can see me, so let's do this. This is me always working one-handed, always got a shop full of workbenches, and still here I am holding one thing in one hand and doing another thing with another. What is it about transitioning from one task to the other that I just can't abide, that I've got to somehow be between two tasks all the time? My shrine is done. It looks great. It's got an original blade back in. It looks fantastic. The can opener, the bottle opener, the big blade, the small blade, not a toothpick. Yeah, man. And it's nice and quiet. And nothing seems to be running into anything else, which is really nice. Ooh. Ho, 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 hey, hey, hey. Oh, I see. Okay. There was a catch in there. All right, I think I know where I want this guy to live. I'm gonna power up, get some power over to there and install him and then move on to what I wanted to build today. Et voila! There is no true Swiss Army knife. Both Wenger and Victorinox make excellent, excellent tools. I have versions of both of their things, both vintage and new, and they're both excellent makers of knives. And they're all both owned by the same company now. Oh, but I wanted to tell you something. I totally forgot to tell you my Swiss Army knife story, which is back in 2003, I believe, 2004, Wenger decided to release a knife that included every blade they had ever built for any knife ever. It was like, it is like, I think it's the form factor, right? This form factor of a Swiss champ ish, but it's like 8 inches long with 100+ blades in it. It's so beautiful. It's so completely absurd. I wanted one. I coveted one. It got a lot of press coverage for a few weeks. And it was towards the end of the year, 03, 04. And I was newly with my now partner, my wife. We started dating in the end of 03. So we're only like a couple years into our relationship. And I say to her, hey, for Christmas this year, I've got a really weird request. And she's like, what is it? And I'm like, I'm going to tell you that it's an inarguable request. If you find this weird, I'm not going to argue for it. It's too strange. And she was like, all right, what is it? I'm like, it's a Swiss Army knife. And she's like, I would totally get you a Swiss Army knife. And I'm like, for $1,200? And she's like, absolutely not. That's crazy. Actually, she didn't say that. She said, cool. And then like a few days later, she came back and she was like, do you really want that knife? And I'm like, I can't argue for it. I literally just like, I felt like it was so absurd. I had to sort of put it out there and let it be fulfilled. But I didn't want to like push anybody into getting this crazy thing for me. Anyway, I didn't get it for Christmas. You know that because you're not looking at it right now. And recently, I every now and then I've gone to look. The prices on those are insane. Like people charge thousands of dollars. I've seen crazy prices, but eBay is no metric to go by. But thousands of dollars. I'll never get one. I have considered making one. I've considered making my own. But yeah, I'm going to have to settle for this magnificence. And if you're thinking about getting one of these, do what I did. Buy a broken one on eBay. They are not that difficult to fix. They are very simple machines. Thank you guys for joining me for this one-day build. Literally one day, half a day. It's 12:04. I've got like a whole day ahead of me.